Hello everyone, this is Infinity Vision and we are back with more maths paper analysis. So this time we'll be discussing the 24th January 2023 day 1 shift 1 exam of JEE Mains. So we'll see what is the classification, the overall distribution of the paper. So first we'll see the difficulty level. So most of the questions were of moderate level, 60% questions were of moderate level and around 22% questions were of difficult level, 18% questions were of easy level. So if we see the overall difficulty level of this question paper, maths question paper, it was moderate to tough. And if we see the class 11th and 12th syllabus, so class 11th syllabus was 46%, while class 12th syllabus is 54%. So class 12th syllabus was more asked. And now coming to the topic-wise classification for class 11. So these all topics were asked. There was no questions from sets, relations and functions. 8% questions were asked. And similarly, if we see trigonometric questions, 8% questions were asked, which means just one question. So 8% means one question. Complex numbers and quadratic equations, 2 questions were asked. So this is 15%. Similarly, permutation and combination 15%, binomial theorem 15%, conic sections was very important. 3 questions were asked from conic sections, which was 23%. Limits and derivatives, 1 question was asked. Mathematical reasoning, 1 question was asked. So this was the overall distribution if we see the class 11 syllabus. Now if we see the class 12 syllabus, most of the questions were asked from integrals, and all these topics, relations and functions, matrices, determinants, continuity, differentiability, application of derivative. So 7% questions were asked from these topics. Inverse trigonometric functions, 2 questions were asked, which is 12%. Application of derivative 7%. Integration, 2 questions were asked. And application of integrals also 1 question was asked, 7%. Differential equation 7%, vector algebra 7%, and 3D geometry 13%, which means 2 questions were asked. So 3D geometry question of skew lines was also asked, and vector algebra was also asked. So this was very important if we see the class 12 syllabus, and integrals was very important. And if we see the overall conclusion of the paper, so several questions asked from conic sections and integrals. And if we see class 11 trigonometry, there was just 1 question which was from solution of triangles, which was not direct trigonometric ratios and identities. And questions of binomial coefficients were asked from the binomial theorem. So sigma of binomial coefficients, these type of questions were asked from binomial theorem, and multiple concept questions were asked using the concept of determinants. So there was no direct question from determinants, but it was asked as multiple concept with other topics. So this was the analysis for the day 1 shift 1. Thank you.